It's July, and across the country, from the rolling hills of Kentucky to the rainy valleys of Oregon, millions of gardeners are making the same expensive mistake. They are quitting. The spring lettuce bolted weeks ago. The tomatoes are finally ripening on the vine. And most folks have quietly decided the planting season is done until next spring. They let their beds sit empty, baking and drying out in the summer sun. But here is the secret the grocery stores don't want you to know. Your soil is the warmest it will be all year. A seed that took 2 painful weeks to emerge in the chilly ground of April will pop up in 4 or 5 days right now. There is a whole second harvest waiting to go in, and it requires far less weeding, less watering, and zero heavy tilling if you do it right. Today, we are going over the top 10 crops you should plant this week. Many of these actually get sweeter after the first freeze, turning starch into natural sugar. And if you are gardening with arthritis, a sore back, or just want to avoid the brutal July heat, I'll show you how to let the plants do the hard work for you. Let's dig in. Before we look at the crops, we need to do one simple bit of math. Write this down or save this video for later. Look up your local average first frost date by your zip code. If you're in Ohio, Pennsylvania, or Indiana, that's usually mid to late October. In the Pacific Northwest, you have until November, but the autumn rains and shorter days will slow things down. If you're down in North Carolina or Georgia, your autumn is long and beautiful, lasting well into December. And if you're in Florida or Texas, July is actually your prep month for your main winter growing season. Once you have your frost date, look at the days to maturity on your seed packet. Add 2 extra weeks because autumn days are shorter and crops grow a bit slower as the sun goes down. Count backward from your frost date, and that tells you exactly what you can plant today. Let's start our countdown. Number 10, bush beans. Beans absolutely love warm soil. In the spring, bean seeds often rot in cold, wet dirt. In July, they burst out of the ground in less than a week. If you want to save your joints, skip the climbing pole beans that require you to reach high above your shoulders. Plant compact bush beans instead. They stand upright, require zero trellising, and grow beautifully in raised beds. Look for Provider, which is extremely reliable and fast, maturing in 50 days, or Contender, which handles late summer heat waves without dropping its blossoms. Here's the trick. In July, the top inch of soil dries out in hours. To protect your germinating beans, cover the row with a thin layer of clean straw. It acts like a sunshade, keeping the soil damp so the seeds don't dry out and die mid-sprout. Number 9. Hakurei Turnips. If you think you hate turnips, it's because you've only eaten the large, woody, bitter ones from the supermarket. The Hakurei turnip, originally from Japan, is completely different. It is crisp, juicy, and sweet, tasting more like a cross between a mild radish and a sweet apple. They are incredibly fast, ready to eat in just 38 days. You eat them raw, so there is no hot kitchen prep or peeling required. Just pull, wash, and slice into salads. These white gems get sweeter as the autumn nights cool down. Harvest them when they are the size of a ping pong ball. If you let them get too big, they lose their delicate sweetness and turn starchy. Number 8, Muir Lettuce. Lettuce seeds have a built-in safety switch. They refuse to sprout if the soil is hotter than 80 degrees. To avoid bending over in the hot sun trying to water finicky seeds, start your July lettuce indoors in a cool room or on a shaded porch. Once they are small plugs, transplant them into your garden beds. Choose Muir. It is the most heat-tolerant lettuce on the market, resisting bolting and bitterness even in high summer. Butter Crunch is another fantastic choice for smooth, sweet leaves as the weather cools. Just tuck your lettuce plugs on the north side of taller plants like tomatoes or peppers. Let those larger plants act as a natural, living shade umbrella for your greens. Number 7, Swiss Chard. Swiss Chard is the ultimate bridge crop. It doesn't care about the summer heat, and it laughs at autumn frosts. It will keep producing fresh leaves from August all the way past your first hard freeze. You don't have to pull the plant up to harvest either. Use kitchen shears to snip the outer leaves at the base. The center will keep pushing out new growth, meaning one planting feeds you for months without replanting. Look for the Bright Lights variety for beautiful red, yellow, and orange stems. In the kitchen, treat the colorful stems and the green leaves as 2 different ingredients. Chop the stems and saute them for a few minutes. Number 6, Dino Kale. Summer kale can taste tough and bitter, but kale that matures in the autumn chill undergoes a magical chemical change. To protect itself from freezing, the plant converts its starches into sugars. The result is incredibly tender, sweet, and mild leaves. As you harvest the lower leaves of Dino Kale, the plant grows upward like a small palm tree. This puts the fresh leaves closer to waist height, making future harvests much easier on your back. Don't harvest the top crown. Always pick the lowest leaves first, working your way up the stem. This keeps the plant growing and producing all winter. Number 5, Nantes Carrots. A carrot pulled after a couple of hard autumn frosts is sweeter than any candy. The cold concentrates the sugars in the root, creating a flavor you simply cannot buy in a store. July carrots are famous for failing because the tiny seeds sit right at the dry surface. To avoid standing outside, watering them multiple times a day, use the board trick. Sow your seeds, water the row deeply, and lay a plain wooden board or a piece of damp burlap flat on top of the soil. This locks in the moisture and keeps the soil cool. Check under the board every morning. The second you see tiny green needles breaking the soil, remove the board. Nantes carrots are perfect for this time of year because they are sweet, crisp, and handle heavier soils better than long, tapered varieties. Number 4, Evergreen hardy white scallions. Green onions are a kitchen staple, and buying them constantly adds up. A single planting in July will supply your kitchen all autumn, winter, and spring. These are incredibly cold hardy and practically perennial. Instead of pulling the entire onion out of the ground, simply snip the green tops an inch above the soil. They will grow back completely in about 2 weeks. 0 replanting, 0 digging. Plant them in a tight border along the edge of your raised beds. They take up almost no room and act as a natural pest deterrent for your other vegetables. Number 3, Daikon Radish. This long Japanese radish is delicious when pickled or roasted, but it also has a secret job. The root acts like a biological drill, punching straight down through compacted clay soil. If you have hard, compacted garden soil, do not break your back tilling it. Plant Daikon radishes. They will drill down a foot or more, loosening the soil naturally. If you don't eat them, you can leave them in the ground over winter. They will die in a hard freeze, rot, and leave deep, aerated channels full of organic matter for your spring crops. As the radish grows, the shoulder will push up out of the soil. Pile a little mulch or dirt over the exposed shoulder to keep it from turning green and bitter in the sun. Number 2, French breakfast radish. If you want a quick win to boost your confidence, this is it. They go from seed to plate in just 21 to 25 days. Because they are so fast, they require almost no maintenance. They mature before weeds can even take over the bed. Don't plant the whole packet at once. If you do, you'll have 100 radishes ready at the exact same time. Instead, sow a short 2-foot row every Sunday in July for a steady, manageable supply all through August. Number 1, Brussels sprouts. Fresh Brussels sprouts cut right from the stalk after a November freeze are sweet, nutty, and completely devoid of the bitter taste that kids hate. It is the ultimate Thanksgiving side dish, grown right in your backyard while everyone else buys frozen bags. Brussels sprouts need a long season, about 90 days. If you are in zones 5, 6, or 7, you cannot start these from seed in July. You must buy established transplants from your local nursery and get them in the ground this week. About a month before your first expected frost, pinch off the very top growing tip of the plant. This tells the plant to stop growing taller and redirect all its energy into fattening up the individual sprouts along the stalk. An empty garden bed in July isn't resting, it's wasted space. While everyone else is winding down and preparing to buy overpriced, tasteless winter vegetables from the store, you can keep your garden working for you. Pick just one of these crops today and get it in the ground. If you want a quick win, grab some radishes. If you want sweet autumn treats, get your carrots and kale started. Drop a comment below with your USDA gardening zone and the state you are gardening in, and tell me what you're planting first. And make sure to hit that subscribe button because in our next video, we are talking about the ultimate autumn crop, garlic, which we will plant this fall for giant flavorful bulbs next summer. Happy gardening, and I'll see you in the dirt.